Welcome to the South Australian part of this trip. The adventure continues. So I'm heading south on the Stewart Highway. I was originally planning a different way to go, but rain and road closures have just made me change my plans a few times. Still hoping to get onto some back roads further down. We'll see how the weather pans out. I'll add a map showing where I've been on the trip at the end of the last video once I get there. Yeah, road train drivers are pretty good normally, they give me plenty of room. Yeah, the rivers out here don't hold water for long. Time to stretch my legs. Still early in the tourist season, there's not too many on the road yet. I'm still following the rail line down to Adelaide. Now that looks fancy. It's good to see so many bikes on the road. It's hard to beat the Farmers Union iced coffee. I think it's the best. One extreme to the other there, eh? Just had another break, but time to hit the road again. Yes, I don't need fuel here, so I'm not going to bother pulling in. It's good having the extra tank on the bike. It means I'm carrying over 9 litres and I'm using less than 3 litres per 100 kilometres, so keep on going for over 300k. Opal mines all around here, north of Coober, Pedy. Certainly makes the landscape look different. I'm going to stay in a motel tonight, so I'll check in and then go for a bit of a ride around town and have a bit of a look around. So pretty interesting. I remember seeing like a spaceship down here many years ago. I'm going to have a look. I don't know whether it was used as a movie prop or what, but sort of, yeah, it always looks interesting. So just up here. And yeah, worth a look, but the motel, underground motel up there. But have a look at that, eh? Pretty neat, like something out of Star Wars or something. Maybe it was a movie prop or something like that, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people live underground here. You can stay in motels underground. I guess one way of escaping the summer heat. But that is really neat, isn't it? Well, I'll go for a bit more of a ride around town. Just have a bit more of a look. It'll be certainly a different place to live. In the middle of summer. Well, another day on the road, just me and my shadow. Lovely morning, bit crisp. Peak hour on the Stewart Highway. Love it. Well, I'm having a great run this morning, only a light breeze and mostly downhill, so easily sitting on 80 k's for most of the way. It's lovely. Well, got to keep on clocking up the k's, but this little Honda Cub, you know, it's not very quick, but it's comfortable to ride. This part of the Stewart Highway is actually an emergency landing strip. It's not often you get to ride down the middle of a landing strip, eh? Nothing coming. Anyway. Yep, out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, pretty green here. It wasn't long ago that South Australia had a lot of rain. Roads were flooded and cut, bits washed away. Yeah, look at this, still water laying around. I'm surprised. I thought it might have sort of dissipated by now, but look at that. It's amazing. Just think of all this was all flooded. Both the railway and the road were cut at one stage there. No freight could get up to Alice Springs, and yeah, running out of stuff. This is just amazing to have so much still laying here. Yeah, I was originally planning on going down through Queensland, but all the Channel Country roads are closed still. So, because I was hoping to do more dirt road riding. Here I go, crossing the railway again. At least these bridges give you a good view from up the top here. Just see how much nothing there is, I suppose. Yeah, so there's quite a few salt lakes out here, normally bone dry and just all covered in salt, but there's been recent rains, heavy rains here, so that looks pretty salty to me, but there would be water out there, and there's probably just a thin crust of salt on top of black sticky mud. I'm going to turn off up here and ride in and have a look at Woomera too. It's the Australia's rocket range. So lots of bits that were found in the desert after the test launches. I tracked them down and brought them back here. So I've just come into the museum at Woomera, which is the rocket testing range. Pretty interesting. I've got quite a strong headwind now still, riding the little Cub full throttle, trying to use all 8 horsepower. So water must have been flowing across this section of road. Look at all that stuff washed up against the edge there. Just incredible to think of it, that much water. And it's just mainly dry. This bit looks like it's been washed away. Incredible. This is probably one of the sections that was closed for ages. Oh, look, another bit all all washed out. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. How's this? I'm actually catching up to a caravan. You must be slow. So I'm going to find a spot to camp in the scrub tonight. I'll try and get a spot well off the highway. So check out these tracks down here. Should be somewhere good down here. Well, I was planning on staying in Woomera, but wasn't impressed with the caravan park there. It was pretty crappy, so thought, no, I'll continue on down the highway a bit further, find a nice little spot in the bush, which is lovely, well off the highway, fairly close to the railway line, so I'll probably see the odd freight train go past. I don't mind watching them, they're pretty cool to watch. Should be a good spot. So I'll do a little bit of maintenance on the bike, check it over. I've got a bit of time before the sun sets, and then the journey continues tomorrow. Again, wasn't expecting the GAN to go past. See, it's pretty quiet compared to a freight train. Yeah. Wow, that's quiet. Wow. Now there's some interesting tracks here in the sand. You've got all these little lines and footprints, and I'm not sure exactly what would make that. Oh, maybe it's kangaroos. I don't know. I've not seen the two little lines parallel like that before. Just interesting. Yep. Don't know what it is, but it's not a snake anyway. I know that much. Yeah. All set up for another day on the road. Head off and see where I get to. getting a bit deep here. Loaded up Postie Bike. That was a bit of fun. Oh, there's a kangaroo. Just me and my shadow again, eh? So coming into Port Augusta now, this is the end of the Stewart Highway. And then I've got to start travelling east. Little glimpse of the ocean at the top of Spencer Gulf. So this is the extreme limit of it. Quick bite to eat and then fuel up and then keep on heading. So I'm going to take a little back road that cuts a corner, gets me off the highway, and just goes a bit closer to the ranges and brings me out onto the other road that I want to be on. I'm heading for Horrocks Pass up over the Southern Flinders Ranges, and I'm really looking forward to it. It'd be nice to be riding some twisty bits for a change. It'll be good fun, even if you've only got 8 horsepower.
How's it going? Good. Oh dear. Hey? Yep. On the little postie.
I haven't seen a chain guard for a long time like that.
Sorry?
I haven't seen a chain guard like that for a long
No,
time.
no, it's the current posties, but just rode it down from Tennant Creek.
It's far enough in that thing.
I set myself a challenge.
Yeah, sure did.
Looks like a museum there with old Land Rovers out the front. Looks interesting. Now that'd have to be a biker's pub with a bike hanging up out the front. It looks like some rain building up. I can see some in the distance. And I'm heading straight for it. Hopefully it'll dissipate. Thought I better rearrange my clothes bag and get my wet weather gear handy. It's the way it's looking, I might end up needing it. So I had it sitting right down the bottom before. That I can put on over the top of my other gear. Yeah, there's a bit of lightning happening too, so hopefully I won't ride through it. Looks like it's pretty scattered. See how it goes. Well, I was going to pull up in this shelter shed and stick my wet weather gear on. This might pass, but people have been crapping everywhere, including underneath this shelter. So, no, I'm not going to stop here. Time to go. Hopefully I'll ride out of this soon. There's only just a few spots at the moment. No, not bad. Good, listen, something coming? No. Okay. This headwind's starting to get stronger too. I reckon with this wind, if I turned around, I'd set some sort of speed record. Oh, I'm really battling that wind out there. I'll get there. Almost laying down on the bike to try and keep out of the wind. Suppose the wind's not worrying him. No load on the back of that. Must be going off for maintenance. Oh, just stretched. Just stopped for a stretch. This wind is driving me nuts. Why can't I get a tailwind, eh?
pain. No, just having a stretch.
All good?
Yeah, just battling the headwind and yeah, on the little Postie bike. So yeah, thanks for stopping though. Have a good trip, eh? Nice.
Nice looking ute, that. It's nice that he actually turned around and came back to check on me. Yeah, this is the main train line between Adelaide and Sydney. Well, I'm at the border to New South Wales and it's blowing a gale and I'm riding straight into a headwind. Booked a motel room for the night in Broken Hill, so that's still another 50k away or so, so I'll get there yet, but it's a pain battling this headwind. So that's it for the South Australian section of this trip. Cheers.